So I'm go ahead. Y'all can go ahead. We gonna clip this because I'm about to make a bet. If we get to 6K, cause we got a whole month to do it. If we get to 6K by my birthday, which is September 9th, I will wear clown makeup for a whole week on the stream. That's right, clown makeup. Let's go ahead and start with our first story because I gotta get into this because I am pissed off. I am absolutely pissed off. Oh no. Let's start. We're gonna start with Secret Invasion. We're gonna start with Secret Invasion because I saw this the finale for Secret Invasion today. This might be quite literally the worst show on Disney Plus. Not just the worst Marvel show, the worst show. I have so many questions. I have so many freaking questions. And a lot of people, even some of the biggest Marvel fans, were roasting this show today. Okay? First of all, and I'm gonna go ahead and spoil this. I'm gonna go ahead and spoil this. So if you don't want to be spoiled for whatever reason you plan on watching this show, which I'm telling you do not, then I guess leave. But it don't matter. All right. Apparently, Rhodey has been a Skrull ever since Infinity War. Apparently, apparently you see that they're talking. I refuse to believe Rhodey was a Skrull in Avengers Infinity War Endgame. Well, he was. Okay. This is what the $212 million budget paid for, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on.
You're flailing. You're weak.
That's supposed to be Drax the Destroyer's arm.
Hell no, to the no, no, no. Hell to the no.
What are we doing? Jessica says, I'm a tiny fish in the sea. I don't have big name privileges. If anything, I'll make a new account after I wait a week. Honestly, if I were you, I would advise that you have somebody else make it under an entirely different IP address because they are serious. Like, I had 2 other accounts banned. The only reason my account isn't banned right now is because I took over a friend's Twitter account. So, like, they will track you down. But anyway, but look at this. Now, I saw this, right? She just used somebody's powers. Nobody in the MCU can go invisible yet. So it couldn't have been that, right? It couldn't have been that. She couldn't have used any invisibility power. So I'm assuming she shrunk and then came back to regular size. Now, the entire gist of this is that Nick Fury had the Skrulls go to the battleground of Endgame and pick up DNA from all the Avengers who fought. From all the Avengers who fought. Right? So how the hell is she using Ant-Man's powers with no Pym particles? I'm sorry. I'm so discombobulated. I didn't even explain that right. Nick Fury had the Skrulls go and pick up DNA from all the Avengers who fought in Endgame. And then he collected it all together. The Skrulls used some type of machine to take all the Avengers' DNA and make Super Skrulls. How did she just shrink without Pym particles? That ain't got nothing to do with Ant-Man's DNA. Now I see Words of Paradise says, I think it was supposed to be that ghost chick from Ant-Man, the girl who can phase through stuff. And then he says, oh, well, never mind. She wasn't in Endgame. There you go. There you go. Cult Classic Cage is in the building. She says, MCU bullshit. Facts. Also, Skrulls are traditionally bad guys, so this retcon where they're mostly good is whack to me. I thought that was whack as well. I mean, there's so much to deal with this show. First of all, Nick Fury falling in love with a Skrull.
What? What the fuck?
Who writes this stuff? Oh, that's right. You're on strike because they don't want to pay your ass because you trash. Frostfang says Super Skrulls is supposed to be a genetic abomination of the Fantastic Four. Well, I've actually seen some content of where they actually steal powers from the Avengers as well. So like, I guess they, whatever. But I mean that's not it. That's not the only thing. It's so many. I'd have to rewatch it. Perhaps I'm gonna do a quick review or something like that, but I have to rewatch it and take notes because this show was so bad. Nick Fury spent this entire show getting shitted on. Everywhere he turned, somebody was, "You're too old. You're too this." I could have sworn I saved some. I could have sworn I bookmarked some of these posts, but a lot of people were roasting this shit out. Let me see if I can find some more. Cause like, listen to this, right? So Talos, listen to this. Talos, all right? When Nick Fury gets blipped away for 5 years, what does Talos decide to do? This freaking moron called his entire race that was remaining and brought them to Earth. 1 million Skrulls. So you thought it was a good idea to bring 1 million of your people, some shape-shifting lizards, to Earth while Nick Fury was gone because you thought he wasn't coming back. And you decided not to disclose them. Hey, by the way, while you were gone, I decided to bring my entire race of people to Earth and not thinking of the potential consequences of what would happen if you didn't fulfill your promise of finding us another planet. Oh, and by the way, apparently Nick Fury promised the Skrulls he was going to find them another planet for them to move to, like in the 90s, right? How was Nick Fury supposed to do this without Captain Marvel, who decided to go on some ridiculous space exploration trip for 30 years? What? What did she think? Nick Fury? So wait a minute. If I'm not mistaken, it's Carol Danvers who brought the damn Skrulls to Earth. Am I wrong? Am I right or am I wrong? Frostfan says, why? Just put the damn man out of his misery, Disney. Oh, that's right. You still need him because he's a draw. Apparently not, because the show didn't do anything. So wait a minute. Carol Danvers comes and drops the Skrulls off on Nick Fury. On Nick Fury like it's his goddamn problem, knowing she got all the powers. Keep in mind, during that time, there were no Avengers. There was no Captain America. There was no Captain America during that time because he was still frozen. Iron Man wasn't there yet. Hulk wasn't there yet. It was no Avengers. Frostfang says it was Marvel, but the thing is, Marvel was Kree, and during that time, Carol Danvers thought she was Kree, and so Marvel dropped that problem off. Carol Danvers should have dealt with the damn problem, meaning she should have been the one to go and find him another planet. But she apparently she was out there for 30 years dicking around, taking care of cats. Like, what are we doing? Nick Fury gets blipped away. Comes back because apparently the Skrulls are taking over. And what's his excuse for not calling the Avengers? Here, damn, I need a drum roll sound. Drum roll, please. This is my fight. Are you serious?
Oh, hell no!
Shape-shifting aliens are replacing officials in your world, and your excuse for not calling the Avengers or anybody else that could come and actually fight a Super Skrull is, this is my fight. You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. It said, look, it says Nick Fury every time something goes wrong on planet Earth. Man, you cannot make this. I wish I still had the clips I saw earlier, man, because they was roasting. They were roasting Secret Invasion. Oh, this person says, me trying to figure out how Gaia was able to shrink like Ant-Man without Pym particles. Pretty much that's what I was saying. This dude says, I honestly couldn't believe it. I kept waiting for She-Hulk to pop up on my screen and be like, hi, could you imagine? Now back to the real show. And then the episode would restart and be not whatever this was. Does anyone take responsibility in this universe? Nope. So Marvel dropped the problem on Carol and then dropped the problem on Nick Fury. What was Nick Fury supposed to do? So because they could not justify Nick Fury having powers, right? Which I agree with. That's not his thing. He doesn't have powers. Instead, they decide to do the whole super whammon situation. She ended up being the person to defeat the Super Skrull at the end. Why? Because whammon. And now, technically, she's the most powerful being in the MCU. She has Carol Danvers' powers. She has the Abomination's powers, the Hulk's powers. Technically, she's supposed to have Thor's powers. She got everybody's powers. So, I guess we just at her mercy. Guys, what are we doing? The Skrulls are an Avengers level threat. This could have been an amazing 2 Avengers. This is what they need to do. They need to scrap the whole shared universe thing. It's over, bro. It's absolutely over. It's over. You messed it up. You screwed it up. What you need to do is you need to start doing like what DC's doing and do like an Elseworld, like do stories in different universe. Get a whole new Avengers team. You ain't got to explain where they came from or nothing, and then do a Ultron threequel, or do a versus what's his name, Galactus. Like, just do, when you get done with that trilogy, that Avengers trilogy, recast again, tell whole new stories. You get what I'm saying? Instead of doing this continued shared universe, you screwed it up beyond repair at this point. Because now at this point, because this Skrull is supposed to be a good Skrull now, and now the Skrulls are on a planet, we just got to deal with them. Now you got to deal with it, because at any point, if a Skrull decides to go off his or her rocker, they can just go and replace anybody they want to, and there's not a damn thing you can do about it. Frostfang says, heck, the Skrulls did a crap job of impersonating Fury. Didn't see through Mysterio. Facts. Now, right now, the Far From Home end credit doesn't make even further sense. Facts. But the Skrulls were damn. That's true too. Holy. But the Skrulls were on Earth doing Far From Home because Fury was too busy asking who got my shoes. Exactly. I'm pissed at the fact that Maria really died for nothing. Fury barely even mourned her. They just frizzed her and then moved on like nothing happened. She deserved it. Maria Hill has been here since the first Avengers movie, and her death was garbage. This is. Hold on 1 second, guys. These weird phone calls are so annoying, bro. It's like you can't do anything about them. I just don't know what else to say about this show. This is quite literally. I'd rather watch She-Hulk back to back 3 times in a row before I watch this ever again. Apparently, Agent Ross in Wakanda Forever was a Skrull as well. I mean, you just can't make this shit up. You can't make it up. You cannot make it up. So anyway, we're gonna move on. I don't know what else to say. Other than that was garbage. Trash. Pathetic.
Let's go, let's go. Hey, hey.
Beat that thing down like you started attention, my baby. You had some plans with your man, just tell him to cancel, my baby. Slide to the crib like Dracula's mansion.